To be able to be in Lagos this year for Avca has been quite an exciting journey because obviously we talk about Nigeria quite a lot during all of the summit as being one of the most exciting markets that we're looking at today for venture capital. So being able to be here on the ground, meeting the founders, understanding the way that the ecosystem has grown and developed in the last few years is very refreshing. And also I want to say that it's forward looking.
When I heard it's happening in Lagos, then I was very surprised and happening, and I see a lot of global investors. So I see a lot of diversified investors that are joining this.
Johannesburg and other places. Coming to Lagos is very personal for me because I'm from Lagos. Our firm, most of our team are based in Lagos, and that is quite important since Lagos has been a very big bedrock of venture capital in Africa. So bringing Africa to Lagos is like football coming home.
For 5 powerful days, bold and innovative ideas are taking center stage. Ideas that could shape Africa's long-term economic future. We're right here in Lagos witnessing the gathering of world-leading innovators, policymakers, capital allocators, and industry trailblazers, all charting the next chapter of private investment across Africa. I am Gabriella Michael. Welcome to the 21st Annual Avca Conference and VC Summit. From bold conversations on innovative strategies for Africa's economic growth to shining a light on untapped opportunities for global investors, the 21st Annual Avca Conference and VC Summit brought the continent's investment future into sharp focus in Lagos over 5 remarkable days. With a strong lineup of industry leaders and global investors, the event featured dynamic panel sessions, keynote speeches, and one-on-one interviews exploring trends in private capital, venture growth, and fintech innovation across African markets.
Managing that fund or running that fund, we have some insights. What's the obstacles or challenges for the local startup to get the sustainable fund flow to the company.
Heavyweights like Nigel Morris, managing partner at QED Investors, and Tosin Enyolorunda, CEO of MoneyPoint, took the stage to share deep insights from navigating scale to shaping the future of financial inclusion.
I really wanted something big, and I think to me it was the challenge, and I love something that impacts people. And it's big, and I enjoy my time doing it, and makes me money. It sounds great. But the reincarnation as a fintech company is not something I immediately envisioned. And what's directed that is joining into Switch, and in 10 years' time, we should have helped our shareholders meet some of their own goals, while the company has diversified way beyond all the countries that we have, way beyond all the products that we have, now have additional products that are not even necessarily core financial products, but are adjacent to our financial services.
In the spirit of growth and resilience, Marem Diang, managing partner at 500 Global, highlighted the rising role of venture debt and its potential to power the next wave of startups.
I think venture debt will definitely grow. To be a key part of the success of this ecosystem, because equity is very expensive and equity cannot be the only financial means today to be able to help build and grow tech companies. Debt has to play a big part of it. It does play a big part in every other ecosystem in emerging markets, and so it's very important that we build and grow this asset here. I think when it comes to really founders over leveraging themselves, I think this is again more a matter of founders learning and understanding how to leverage financial instruments, right? Being able to raise equity to really then have that leverage to be able to get debt. And really, what are they putting the debt at work for? And really focusing it on their working capital needs rather than necessarily, over leveraging themselves to be able to basically index things that could be solved either through raising equity or, again, with building unit economics that are actually sound and work.
Joining the conversation, managing partner Ventures Platform, Dotun Olowoporoko, also weighs in on median deal size trends.
I'll subscribe to that initial conclusion that we're getting to that quality over quantity. And it's not even about the ticket size, by the way. It's about the kind of company that are attractive for investment in this zero interest rate era that we are in right now. The company have to be fundamental. They have to be able to scale. Less of noise, and it means that the pipelines bubbling to the top will be fewer than they were maybe pre-2021. So that quality is there. But in terms of the ticket size, it's also an indication of the stages of businesses that are being funded in Africa now. We're going to see that trend continue as more companies mature and they attract more tickets.
Furthermore, he speaks on the sustainability of North Africa's surge in the deals market.
It's not a league table. It's not like Premier League or somebody's falling down. It's just it's a moment in time when things are captured, when the deals are captured. There was a big shift in terms of regulation in Egypt in 2021. For the first time, they had instant payment network. Egypt just had that about 3 years ago. And of course, that will lead to a lot of fantastic innovation and more funding come after innovation. So that could have led to some things there. But I wouldn't say this shift could be Nigeria, could be South Africa tomorrow. I wouldn't say that shift is indicative of less money in a particular region than the other.
Fintech trailblazer Nigel Morris gave a forward-looking view on the next frontier of innovation and what's needed to revive deal flow on the continent.
Many places where there's opportunity for fintechs to add value in Africa. I mean, principally it's around a massive unbanked and badly banked population. Some people estimate 60% of Africans do not have access to financial services. In that, I think the two obvious places is going to be money remit, how you move money cross-border in Africa across the 52 countries, and also how you give people access to fairly priced credit. Africa's in a really interesting spot because you'd expect there'd be such momentum on the investment side. I think that two or three things are going to be really important and critical in the ingredients. One is to make sure that the regulatory environment is really positive and progressive and supports the build out of fintechs. Two, I think it's vitally important that fund managers understand how foreign exchange works, and I think the ascension of the dollar against the African currencies and any developing currency around the world really, I think, unnerved a lot of people.
Even the exhibition floor buzzed with activity as few exhibitors shared why showcasing at Avca mattered and how their solutions are driving change.
Well, we're here at Avca to network, have conversations with people. We wanted to create a very comfortable atmosphere for the interactions to take place, bridging the infrastructure gap in Africa. Also attracting local capital participation in infrastructure investments, as well as, promoting sustainable infrastructure development in Africa.
Fintech is inherently massively complicated. I always say that, unlike, as a specialist, I mean, having done this, now 40 years, it puts me at a significant advantage because I know what not to do, because I've made most of the mistakes myself.
As day 2 comes to an end, the energy here is still electric. We've heard and seen strategic conversations and a shared commitment to prioritizing Africa's economy through private investments. From Lagos to the world, I can clearly say that the future is being shaped right here and right now. For Tech Passion TV, Gabriella Michael.